Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to the Sihha Wellness Project. In the first video, we talked about how changing environments can affect the way we eat. One of the culprits we talked about was sugar. We touched on it briefly, but in this video, we want to talk about its hidden impacts so we can make lasting changes. We often think about sugar as a harmless little treat, but it's the form of sugar and how much we're consuming that really impacts us. Sugar in its refined form or in large quantities can have significant health impacts. But when it comes in the form of whole fruits or it includes other ingredients, then it's digested differently. In whole fruits, sugar comes with fiber and lots of water, which help slow down its digestion. But when it's refined or in large quantities, then it can really lead to major health impacts. Oftentimes, you see people adding scoops of sugar into their coffee, and done long term, that can affect your health in major ways. When you consume lots of sugar, especially when it's in the refined form or in liquid form, this causes a major spike in your blood glucose level. This then leads to the pancreas releasing insulin to help get rid of that glucose from the bloodstream and into your cells. Long term, this can cause insulin resistance, and insulin resistance is the foundation of the cause for type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes can have major health impacts, including heart disease, chronic kidney disease, and numerous health effects that can alter your entire life. Even before somebody develops type 2 diabetes, they can have symptoms including brain fog, feeling tired or fatigued after eating, feeling like they have difficulty losing weight, and eventually, if they do develop diabetes, they can have symptoms including increased hunger, increased thirst, urinating frequently, and that can really impact their life. Added sugar in food is sometimes not obvious because it can be added for not only taste, but also for preservation or to enhance the texture of different foods. A lot of times you'll see that food that's considered healthy, such as yogurts or different types of juice, have large quantities of sugar that was added on. It's common to see 20 or more grams of sugar in some of these foods. And what this leads to is your brain recognizing high amounts of glucose and eventually developing addictive behavior towards sugar. So the important thing is to read labels when you buy food from the store. Make sure you look for buzzwords such as corn syrup, maltodextrin, or glucose if that is written on the nutrition label. Also, make sure to make small changes that will lead to sustained behavior changes and ultimately a healthier life. This isn't about giving up traditions. For example, if you like to drink coffee with sugar, make sure you reduce the amount of sugar that you're adding onto it. If you usually add 3 or 4 spoons of sugar, add 1 or 2 and then reduce that gradually. Your body will get used to the smaller amount of glucose that you're consuming. It's also important that we change how much we're eating in general because that will ultimately lead to decreased amount of glucose in our blood. If you're worried about changing one ingredient at a time, that's one way you can start, is by reducing the overall amount of food that you're consuming. In Islam, we are taught moderation, not deprivation. The Prophet ﷺ said that the son of Adam does not fill any vessel worse than his stomach. So make sure that you change sweetness for substance and make small changes daily. That's how change starts. And in our next video, we'll talk about salt and blood pressure. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.